Hi mummies, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Bernard, and we are the co-founders of Jumpy Cry. Our team decided to put questions together from customers that they've been gathering and decided to ask us these questions. So today we're trying to answer whatever questions that we can to our best ability.
Yes. Okay, so the first question, how did the business start and how are the early days like? The business started because of my sister-in-law. When she got pregnant with her first child, she had difficulty finding nice maternity wear. So this is where I decided to source for her, and after that start designing our own Jumpy Cry label, MOTHERCOT. How is the early days like?
I think the early days were really very stressful, where we really were trying to figure out everything, how to put everything together. How to even start to make your first dress. I still remember those times, or even how to have our first
have our first
shipment go out.
office. Yeah. It's actually very fun. Come to think about it, but of course, when during the process, you feel very stressed. About cash flow, about deadlines, about a lot of things. But come to think of it, it's actually a very good experience for us. Yeah, it actually strengthened our relationship and also let us learn how to work together well. Next question. So, what are some challenges you face managing a business, and how did you overcome them? We face a lot of challenges. So,
I think one of the first biggest challenges for the two of us was, I'm from a science background, she's from a finance background, and starting a business had a lot of challenges from designing, logistics, operations, managing. So I think every single aspect was a challenge for us. The biggest challenge, I guess, would probably be taking the risk of making our first batch of MOTHERCOT label, where it was really a big decision for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me the biggest challenge was actually the first year where we transit from my home to an office. So at that time, the down payment is a lot and I don't really have a lot of cash flow. I have a lot of sleepless nights, and because I cannot sleep, so I always call Bernard at 3 a.m. in the morning to tell him about my problems. Yeah. Yeah. What are the biggest achievements in JEC?
I think one of the biggest, more like a personal achievement, was when you had the customer come up to you, hold your hand, change your life, change the way we believe in this, everything.
Yeah. Every time I say that, I want to cry. So, there was once a customer came up to me, she held my hand and she looked me in the eye and tell me, thank you so much for designing such beautiful clothes to get me out of my depression. And then I guess, I cry, she cried. I guess that's my biggest achievement. Like, I never expected, for us to create something that really impact people. What's your greatest achievement? Why is it mine?
My greatest achievement would be learning almost every different aspect of things and try to get things running smoothly. Having been able to move from boxes in the room to having our own proper warehouse, and even outsourcing to other warehouses as well.
Okay, next one. Are there any tips you have for entrepreneurs who want to start their own business? I can finally say my phrase. Aim for the stars and land on the moon.
Favorite phrase.
Yeah, my favorite phrase to tell everybody. Yeah.
I think most importantly is to really persevere. There will definitely be very, very challenging times, very challenging moments. There are many times where you want to give up, and just persevere. And if you have someone to motivate you, someone to be there for you, make sure that person is able to pull you through as well.
Thanks for pulling me through. Why you never say thank you to me?
Oh, thank you too.
Being an e-commerce online store, will you look into a retail store in the near future? We heard about your retail plans, so share with us more about it. Okay, yes, we finally gonna open a retail store. After 1 year of negotiation, of finding places, we finally decide on a location, and we have just signed a contract with them. So renovations is in the works, and can we share?
Yeah, why not? We are hoping to have our first store open in Oasis Terraces in Punggol by the end of this year.
Oh, yeah. So we always receive a lot of enquiries every single day asking for a retail store. So we finally have a retail store for you. Please come and visit us and say hi to the team. Yes.
Exciting news.
Next question. Why did you join Chelsea? And how did you convince Bernard to join?
Okay, so I think at that point of time, Chelsea was really very busy. She was hardly getting any sleep, and she was practically working 14 hours a night. That's when I left my job and came to join Chelsea to work full time together. And that's also the same time where we decided to commit ourselves 200% so that we can get our office and our label and everything in together.
Next question. What is your first quarrel for the business about? I think our working style is very different. Our first quarrel is because of his deadlines.
I think we both have very different working styles, and we had very rough patches at the beginning, but I think that also prepared us for marriage, where so far we haven't had any major issues because we have really gone through the worst together.
I also think when we decide to go into manufacturing our own brand, and I think that's one of the biggest quarrel we've had.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Yeah.
It was a lot of money, and we were thinking of whether should we commit, and we both had our own views and argument.
Yeah, I was very risk averse. So eventually, Bernard won the fight and we jumped into creating MOTHERCOT. Is there anything you would like to say to our JC mummies? So many things I want to say. Thank you for believing in us, for accompanying us through our journey. Even though we are a very young company, we don't have a lot of experience and everything, but you have always been very supportive to us. You have always support every collection that we launch and give a lot of very constructive feedback to us.
I think our most rewarding moments is always because of all our JC mummies, especially at the fairs where you meet up with us and you really share with us your experiences and you really give us the feedback that we need, not only as motivation but also to improve ourselves.
Yeah. How to have work-life balance?
As a married couple who are practically 24/7 together, it's really to draw a line. When there's the time to let go of work, you really have to restrict each other from talking about work. And usually when it's like 2 a.m, it's very important to say, okay, let's not discuss too deep into this, let's save it for tomorrow morning.
Send an email.
Yes.
Send an email. Emails are very important. Next question. How is it like working together?
I think working together, we have to really know the differences between each other, really know each other very well, especially the differences between each other. We both have very different personalities, and I think once we get used to each other and understand each other very well, I think that's where we are able to work on a much smoother basis.
So what do we do after work? So after work, I love to cook, so I have been cooking to de-stress.
Yeah.
How about you?
After work, for me, it's usually just to wait for dinner, and usually I just sit back and watch a show.
I think we have come to the end of the questionnaire. I hope we answered a lot of your questions and I hope you enjoy this. So, see you. Bye.
Bye.